So last lesson we looked at expanding a single bracket. The way in which we did it was to simply multiply everything that is outside the bracket by everything that is inside the bracket. So to go through this example, that simply means that we multiply 3 times x, which is just 3x. We then multiply the 3 by the 4, which is 3 times 4, which is 12, and the sign stays the same. So that's it. Okay, so here's another example of what we were doing in lesson. So to expand these brackets, we're going to start by multiplying everything that's outside the bracket, so in this case the 5, by everything that's inside the bracket. To start with, we do 5 times y, well that's just 5y. We're then going to do 5 times 2, which is a 10, and the minus sign is just going to drop down. And that's the solution. For this homework, I've given you some slightly harder questions to answer. Now, the principle is exactly the same, except now we have a 2 in front of the x. To solve this problem, we just do exactly the same as we did with the previous example. So, we're going to multiply everything that's outside the bracket, so this 4, by everything that's inside the bracket. So to start with, we're going to do 4 times the 2x. So 4 lots of 2x, well, that's just going to be 4 times 2, which is 8, and then there's an x. Next, we're going to do 4 times the 3, which is 12, and the plus just drops down to that, and that's it. Okay, just in case you want to see that again, we're going to go through another example. So once again, we're going to multiply everything that's outside the bracket, so in this case the 5, by everything that's inside the bracket. So to begin with, we're going to do 5 times 3, a. So 5 times 3 is 15, and that's a, plus 5 times 1, which is just 5. And that's the solution. Okay, example 3 is harder still. Okay, so it's actually getting to be quite a complicated question. But the principle is still exactly the same. We're going to multiply everything that's outside the bracket, so that in this case it's the 2, by everything that's inside the brackets. So 2 times 2x, well that's just 2 times 2, which is 4, and that's x, plus 2 lots of 2y, or 2 times 2y, which is going to be 2 times 2 is 4, and then we have the y. And that's the solution. Okay, this is going to be the final example. After you've watched this, can you have a go at the questions on the homework sheet that you have not yet answered? This is also quite a complicated problem because we have 2 letters inside the brackets, x and t. But we're going to solve it in exactly the same way as the previous problems, by multiplying everything that's outside the brackets by everything that's inside the brackets. So we have a 2x inside the brackets here, so we'll start with that. We're going to do 6 times 2x, which is going to be 6 times 2, 12 x's. Next we're going to look at this 3t. So 6 times 3t, well that's going to be 6 times 3, which is 18 t's. And the sign is just going to drop down. And that's the solution. Have a go at as many questions as you can on the homework sheet. It doesn't matter if you can't answer all of them, but I'd like it if you did all have a very good attempt. Have a fun weekend, and I'll see you on